Hello and welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy.
And I'm Jane, and this week I watched the new footage from the Tomb Raider sequel to see if Lara has managed to stop falling off everything. Maybe it's an inner ear problem or something.
Is that why she's gone somewhere snowy, so she'll have a softer landing when she inevitably falls off everything?
That's probably among the reasons, yes.
Why else would she go to remote Siberia?
According to Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's because Siberia is home to the ancient lost city of Kitej, which Lara believes holds the secret to immortality. See, if you remember the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot, spoilers ahead, it ended with Lara's friend Sam almost getting possessed by the ghost of the mummy of an ancient Sun Queen she's somehow related to. A story that not everyone believes when she tells them down the pub. That's because the evidence of the supernatural has been covered up by baddies Trinity, who are also trying to get to Kitej to get their hands on the immortality secret for their own, presumably nefarious ends.
Guards are still spotty, so stay close. We need to find them before they can organize another raid.
So Lara is off to Siberia to prove she's not crazy and to stop Trinity, and maybe pick up some immortality into the bargain. And you do definitely need a reason to be there, because the Siberia of Rise of the Tomb Raider is harsh and survival isn't guaranteed, and the game emphasises the lengths to which Lara has to go to just stay alive in the wilderness.
Come on, you can do this. Move.
It also maintains the first game's theme of harrowing adversity, and we can expect a similar blend of combat, exploration, quick-time events and presumably gruesome cutscenes if you fail. And it's not just killing groups of people and building igloos out of frozen wolf corpses. We're also promised more actual tombs, self-contained environments where the main danger is traps, not bullets. And I mean falling off things as well, obviously.
The journey will be perilous, but I must find a way.
Maybe find a different way? Ouch.
Which is how the survival element is even more prominent in Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Great, I love surviving. It's the main thing I do. Hopefully I can pick up some tips.
Like tips for if you're ever lost in the Siberian wilderness while looking for an ancient city.
Yeah, for starters. Just surviving in the wilderness is easy. Eat some berries, melt down snow, don't get your face clawed off by a mountain lion. What you want to do is survive so hard that nature knows not to mess with you ever again. In other words, you need to learn how to survive Lara Croft-style. Look, the games are about Lara Croft Tomb Raider, not Lara Croft and also some guy called Jonah Tomb Raider.
We're close to something, Jonah. I can feel it.
Let's see what's up there.
Other people will only slow you down, so the sooner you can get rid of any hangers-on, the better. Oh, and try and make it look like an accident if you can. Classic Lara move.
Go back, Jonah! Get to shelter!
Right, that's him taken care of. Now it's just Lara versus nature. Bring it on, nature. Actually, why are you waiting for nature to come for you? Lara don't play that, which is why she takes the fight directly to Mother Earth, beating the hell out of any trees she comes across and setting them on motherfucking fire, just so nature knows who's boss. Hardcore. This also has the side effect of warming her up, but we all know what you're really up to, Lara. The wilderness is full of stuff you can use to craft gear, equipment and life-saving medicines, if you're a loser. If you're Lara Croft, you'll be taking that stuff to craft poison bombs and deadly, deadly weapons, the better with which to kill everything you come across. You just wait until she crafts her signature twin pistols out of pebbles, tree bark and a bit of string. It doesn't count as wilderness survival if there are loads of other people and base camps around, so if you want to survive as hard as Lara does, you're going to need to get rid of everyone else in... everyone in Siberia, I guess, is the ultimate goal, right, Lara? Right. You might not even need to if they're all so scared of you that they run away, which brings me to my next point. Like on your first day in prison, on your first day of wilderness survival, you should establish your dominance by finding and attacking the biggest thing you can find. In Lara's case, that's this bear. Yes, this giant bear is the baddest thing out here in the Siberian wilderness. Or was, until Lara showed up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Survival. Now it's time to see what you've been writing in the comments and in applications for the GTA Online Heist Crew internship.
Dear Outside Xbox, among my many skills are running headlong into enemies, blowing up mission critical vehicles, and wait a minute, this is from you, Mike.
Let's start with your comments on last week's show about Rainbow Six Siege and the game's most in love with smashing up buildings.
That's right, the English language couldn't adequately express Battlefield 4's fetish for seeing tall edifices topple over. Is this a Freudian thing, Battlefield 4? We all know what towers symbolise.
Jeff Thomas would like to finish that thought. He says, "Too true, Jane, for the tower has always stood as a symbol of humanity's technological prowess, each metre higher requiring the learning of new technique and the mastering of old. Juxtapose against that pursuit these very tools being used to simulate its destruction as the old order gives way to the new." Another blistering social critique.
So not a dick joke then.
Not anymore.
PC Monkfish would like to point out that Red Faction was ace. Don't forget the pony gun that shot rainbows out of its arse for destructive effect.
As if we could. I think the face makes it worse.
Stomor is more concerned that there are lots of thin, unsupported panes of glass in your studio, guys.
You're no help. Actually, that's Mike's collection of glass unicorn figurines. See?
Sparkles!
Next up, your comments on this video about the fan mods that ended up becoming official.
Homebrewed game modifications such as these are how skilled gamers can tinker with their favourite games, more typically on the PC. Mods range from the ingenious to the NSFW to the downright bizarre. Take a bow, the Skyrim mod that turns all dragons into Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah! Some good suggestions in the comments, some of the less angry ones including this from Vincent Brunuscus who says, "What about DayZ? That started as a mod for Armour, didn't it?"
It certainly did. It's still in alpha, but remains the best place to get robbed of all your things and then murdered by strangers.
Oh, hang on. Is that... Oh, it's a gazer. Oh, mate, no, 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 no! No, you...
Guillaume Frere asks, "No Dota? Defense of the Ancients was a Warcraft 3 mod, and now has become the precursor of an entire genre. LOL, Dota 2, Smite, Heroes of the Storm are basically an expansion of this mod."
Another good suggestion, much like that from WJKB23 who says, "How the hell did you guys not include TF2?
They can't all be Valve games.
Valve do like their mods, eh?
Yeah, Portal's actually a heavily modified version of a game I made up when I was a kid where I jumped out of a second-story window that one time.
Speaking of horror, here are your comments on this video about terrifying horror games coming to Xbox One.
I'd leave that if I were you, mate.
Daniel Biorge thinks that someone should make a game inspired by the Saw series where you play through Jigsaw's games.
They did, they made two. Don't you remember the terrifying balance beams?
So many balance beams. Criminally minded unicorn Mr. Unicrook, meanwhile, has his own idea for a horror game which mashes up all the above in one game. It's where you play as a baby nature photographer who is addicted to caffeine, where you're locked in this house with a creepy murderer. What do you say?
Kojima needs a new project, right?
Del Toro will be all over that.
Meanwhile, MMO Wargaming says, "Haven't played Allison Road, but even the gameplay made me jump."
How bad can it be?
You're right, it's not that bad. Mike? Mike? That's it for Show of the Week. Thanks for watching, and don't forget there's probably someone out there whose greatest wish it is for you to press the like button. And who are you to deny someone their greatest wish? What kind of monster are you?
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Is it your greatest wish?
Yes. So, do you want to get some lunch?
Yes, good idea. Mike, what do you do behind the sofa?
Has that thing from Allison Road gone yet?